Hey, it's time for another installment of Ben's Homemade Card Games! Now we're getting pretty recent, and this card game is complicated because I can't really make fun of it as easily because the card game itself is actually supposed to be funny. Like, it's a comedic card game. Let me explain. I'm not quite sure how original this idea is, but the idea was that there are different battling characters that are rejected cartoon characters, like characters that tried to have their own TV show, but they were rejected because they were terrible. So basically, it's about a bunch of really goofy cartoon characters battling to see who gets their own TV show premiere. Believe it or not, this whole thing was drawn entirely in MS Paint. This character is Dragoon, which is the name that many people have used, but this is, like he's a goon, like he's kind of like a dork, but he's also a dragon, so they didn't want him because he wasn't scary, he was just a goon. So all of his attacks have to do with cowardice, like Timid Roar, or Sissy Claws, or Teddy Throw, where he throws his little teddy bear. And look at this nifty health system. It's a built-in meter that you can just move to keep track of how many hit points you have left. Here's another rejected cartoon, the Limburger Basher brothers, two mice that hate each other that are tied at the tail. Lucky, the Irish duck. See, irony. Hilarious. Continuing with the irony, we have Slowpoke the snail, who's got a motor built into his shell. Mobile home, get it? Trigger Tongue, the trigger-happy toad. What is it with me and frogs and guns? One of my personal favorites, the Flurries, the pyromaniac snowman. Nuclear Winter, get it? Sniffy, the chronically ill puppy. Play dead. Get it? Nasher, the elderly shark with no teeth. Angel, the pure-hearted demon. Here's some of the less clever ones. A vain kitty, a sleepy gnome, and a psychotic plant. This one was a bit of a stretch. She's a scented candle that smells terrible, but she doesn't have a nose, so she doesn't know. Aroma coma. Get it? Cotton and Candy, twin bunnies, where one is a vegetarian and the other one has a huge sweet tooth. Malfunction, a robot that rarely works. Loose cannon. Get it? Here's one of my favorites. Iggy, the incredibly boring beetle. Now, a lot of his attacks are hilarious. Never-ending story. He just puts them to sleep. Generic attack. Slugbug, and his special attack is nothing special. Here's some other not-so-funny / creepy ones. Then you can draw toon cards, which are like action cards. Look at those nifty backgrounds. For the item cards, I tried to incorporate a lot of objects you might see in like a Looney Tunes cartoon, like bombs, a slingshot, banana peel, or a rake, when they step on it, it hits them in the face, a TNT, a mallet, anvil, dynamite, rocket boots, whoopee cushion, branding iron, that's a Tom and Jerry classic, ray gun, magnet, falling piano, cod liver oil, tar and feather, rubber chicken, mouse trap, rocket, jetpack, Acme makes all of these, earthquake pills, those are great. You remember those? You eat them and then you start shaking. And then one of my favorite cards, the worthless card. This card does nothing. And then when you win, you get your network debut. Although it's upside down. There we go, network debut.
I just thought I was so clever and so funny, didn't I? I was.